What's up, everyone? I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of this rough country hard shell trifold bed cover and also show you how I installed it. It is already on the vehicle, but installation is pretty simple, so I'll show you all the basics so you know how to install it. All right, so vehicle check. This is a 2025 Tacoma SR5. So pretty much base, but has four-wheel drive SR5. We've got the rough country trifold hard shell bed cover. This thing has a pretty clean fitment. Looks almost exactly like the OEM cover. So clean all around and pretty rigid. And yeah, it's definitely like tough. I did ask about the weight limit for the top. So you can't stack a bunch of stuff on here, which is kind of a con. But I believe they said, 10, 20, 30 pounds, like stuff like that's fine. So if you're going to put some beers, a cooler, your backpack on here, anything small is fine, but I wouldn't like stand and sleep on this thing. But it is super durable. It should be mostly waterproof. We'll test that at the end. But overall, great quality construction. Looks like really solid finishes here and an almost OEM type fitment. Looking really good. All right, so I got the tailgate open. Configuration basically 1 is just having the thing completely shut. How do you open it? Well, it is somewhat anti-theft. It's actually hard to break into. You'd have to really start ripping stuff and make a lot of noise if you wanted to get in here. Obviously, if a thief wanted to, they could, but it's going to keep your stuff out of the elements, away from prying eyes, things like that. To open, you have these really smooth latches here. Just go like this. You can access it from either side, but you only need to pull one. So if you want to lift this up, you just go here. That's it. Same thing over here. That's it. If you heard that click, that was it clicking into place. If you do a soft close, it may not click, and you might have to just do to click it in. That's it. So that's sort of configuration 1. And then you can drive this thing however you want it based on what you're loading. So you can have the sort of fold 1, which is this. And I just jumped into the bed here. And then second fold, which will sort of expose about roughly 2/3 of your bed and look like that. So here's the really cool stuff. When you're 2/3, you can actually lock this in using these little straps. They basically look like a backpack strap, something like that. You can click these into place, which is harder than it looks with one hand. But put that into place, and this is going to hold and secure your bed and your tonneau cover from sort of retracting or flapping in the wind or something like that if you go on the highway. So this is a great setup. Say you just wanted to throw some plants or something from the hardware store in here. You do that, you set it here, lock these in, takes about 10-15 seconds either side, you're good to go, and that's going to lock in. All right, so for my final and favorite configuration, you're going to lift this thing up entirely, and you're going to put these sort of like struts into their little placements, like so. There we go. And these sort of have like this little lock on it. So when you do that, let me step out. You now have a completely exposed bed, right? This is effectively almost perfectly 90 degrees, right? So you have your whole bed. This is the 5-foot bed, by the way. And these are held up with this strut. So you could drive with this. There's additional hooks here that come with the kit from Rough Country to add additional security to the bed rails, right? And so those are hooked on right here. So additional security on the bed rails and these 2 struts holding it up. So if you need to do a full load, say you're moving a freaking washing machine, whatever, you can go with this setup, and it's really cool because you could basically drive like this. Now, if you weary and don't want to do that, there's also an additional thing where it's really only from here, a couple of screws that comes with these little wing nuts. If you just take these off, which can be done by hand, right? You don't even need tools if you're on the go. You can completely remove this in probably like less than 5 minutes, and then you could just stow it away in your garage, your side yard, or whatever. You can go with no tonneau cover. It's not going to look weird. The only thing you're going to see is this rail which is the piece from Rough Country that goes onto the factory rail, and you're basically not even going to notice. All right, so that's kind of it for the fitment of the tonneau cover. There it is again, full upright position. And I'm going to show you a quick couple of tips on how to install this thing. So installation tips. If your truck comes with the factory rails, which are these right here, it is super simple. There's no drilling or anything. And what the kit is going to come with is 6 sets of these, which are just brackets, again, that go into this factory rail here. Let me do this one, it's a little bit easier to see. So here's the factory rail, right? These brackets go in, and then these 2 rails come with the kit from Rough Country. So this is Rough Country's, this is Rough Country's. Does not require drilling, gluing, sanding, anything. They go in, these secure that. There's a weather strip that comes already applied as well, and it just bolts down. These are Allen keys effectively, and you tighten it up, and then it clamps it basically to the side of the bed. So 6 sets of these, 3 on each side. So that's only 6 pieces. Over here, it's literally 2 bolts and some wing nuts. That's what secures the tonneau cover down, right here and right here. These are simple security straps, which go right onto your factory bed rail. It just keeps the thing from completely flying off. And then last thing, these rails here come with drains. So the drain from the hose can snake down here. I'm gonna lift up this bed mat really quick. And you have little holes in your bed that are from the factory. And I just drilled a slightly larger hole so I could fit the drain out there. I did check, if you guys are wondering or scared of drilling, which I was. This tub effectively does not even touch the chassis in this area. It's basically just plastic. So I just drilled one of these holes a little bit wider. These hoses fit in perfect, and the drainage is good. That's it. Once you do that, you basically pop on the tonneau cover, you pop on these struts right there and right there, and the thing is done. The install is complete. So total installation time for me was about 45 minutes. I did it with a friend, which makes it a lot easier, but I recommend don't do it alone. Try to get a friend to do it. You can do it alone, but it's a lot easier with help just because like moving this thing around. But yeah, so again, rails, 3 pieces here, 3 pieces here, get them in. 2 screws basically with wing nuts, struts, pop on the cover, and you're good to go. So that's it. Pretty easy installation. I'd give this thing like a 2 out of 10 on the difficulty. So that's basically it. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I have a 2025 Tacoma. I'm going to film every single mod. It's something I do to the car. Just really simple videos, nothing too crazy. If you're interested in that, please subscribe. Check out my channel. But yeah, I want to show you one last thing too with these, what are these things called? These factory like latch points, right? That come pretty much with most trucks, and they basically come with all the Tacomas. These also still fit, which is pretty cool. So if you have like ratchet straps, rope, whatever, these also fit in with the Rough Country cover with the way the rails are configured. So yeah, if you like this video, please thumb it up. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment. Peace.